Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. The notion that we live on a living, breathing Earth I find quite appealing and quite logical, really. And a video recently made by Rebel Without a Pause, who's looking into this possibility. And the video that came out a while ago, there are no trees on Flat Earth. The idea that there were once large trees, giant trees. Personally, that resonated with me. Obviously, I don't know whether it's a fact that a lot of the mountains we see are old dead trees, but thought I'd point out this tree, which when we arrived in this place under a year ago, you can see how big the stump was, and it was a massive tree. And there are wires up there and stuff. So anyway, and it's kind of very close to this rose apple tree as well. So to my horror, initially, my wife had it completely cut back, and this was just the whole thing cut off. And she said, "Don't worry, it'll grow back." And then what happened was these sprouted out. These branches you see here now, you can see that where it's. I mean, again, you know, they just started out as tiny sprouts and they came up, and this must be in about 6 months. Yeah, we've got this this growth from these little hopefully I can find that. I did take some pictures at the time, just after it had been cut down, and hopefully I can find those again and add this just to show you how they came out. But you can see how it's basically grown again, and it's massive again, going all the way up there. Yeah, I can't even remember what kind of tree this is. You can actually these go nice in soups. They're a little bit sour, so they're nice in a kind of soup. But yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Lizard. Can you see the lizard up there? Let's see if I can zoom in on that guy. Where is he? There he is. Hello, sir. You looking at me? Lots of these guys running around in the garden. They're like chameleons. They change colour. Seems to be a very similar colour to the branch right now. But yeah, they feel threatened. Their heads turn red. Chilling at the moment. Knows I'm here, obviously, but not too fussed. Are you, mate? It's quite a small one. They get quite big. So, you know. So yeah, Rebel Without a Pause. His research into, or his thoughts about Mount Meru, what have you, in the centre. It's funny how we should just not shown that on maps anymore. And this is why, you know, I don't like to attach distances to something like Polaris, because there could be hundreds or even thousands more miles that are unaccounted for in the north, which, if Polaris is above the north, then you know, it could be a lot further away from us than we are led to believe. And yeah, maybe the Earth is just growing. I mean, you know, that's one thing I'm sure all of us thought when we first saw maps of the world in the classroom and how everything appeared to you know, to have once been joined together. And oh, my son just shaking the tree there in the swing. So yeah, maybe the Earth is just growing, just like these trees grow and grow and grow. So there would be plenty of more land. Food for thought. I mean, if you have a look at this tree over here. Oops. Just look at this tree over here. I have no idea how old this one over here is. But it's huge. Let's go and have a look. It's kind of interesting. You can see, and this is home to fruit bats, birds, squirrels, all sorts. I don't know if we'll see any right now, but let's go and have a little look-see. Of course, yeah, trees are revered. Trees are, you know, see there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So it's quite large, and obviously there are much larger trees on the Earth, but this is quite impressive. I think that's probably a wasp's nest or some kind of insects. So yeah, early in the morning is when you get the squirrels bouncing around, and a lot of activity in this tree. In fact, I think I can hear. If you can hear that clucking sound, that's a squirrel. A little waterway. It's the dry season right now, so it's all very, you know, it's just not much water at all there. But it's a jungle out there. Yeah. Interesting, eh? So, left to their own devices, trees do grow. Oh, and of course they provide fruit. That's a mango. This is a mango tree. I love it. I've always been fascinated by it. You know, the shrine there. And this is why, you know, in intelligent design, to me is no-brainer. It's not about anything religious. It's just, it's obvious. It's all intelligently designed. And we come along like the bugs on the tree. We make our little homes. You know. And I mean, you know, it's this whole flat Earth thing, it's not about, I mean, yeah, you look at the size of the Earth and we are insignificant. Maybe our job is to be little gardeners like aphids or whatever that just have a job to do. So, yeah, there are, you know, a rebel without a pause. His whole thing is about, you know, the capillaries that bring the water up the tree, and that's what we get in the earth, and we get the water going up to the tops of hills and then coming back down again, feeding the rivers and the lochs, what have you. So it makes total sense to me that we're on a living, breathing earth. Tides, flow, all that makes perfect sense when you consider the massive size of the earth. I mean, you know, and especially if you want to argue about the tides being caused by the moon. Well, it's ridiculous because the moon comes overhead here, and the tides here at the equator are very small compared to my home near Bristol in the UK, where the tide is massive. The River Avon running into the River Severn estuary, massive difference in tides, you know, many meters. So there's nothing. The moon just is like a clock, it just tells us the time. It doesn't make the tides happen. Anyway, food for thought. Thank you very much.